Here we go. All right, Blues lose 4-3 in overtime to the Minnesota Wild. I bet you think this is going to be a screamy video. Normally it would be, but I just can't. I mean, think about it. They're 4-0-1 in their last 5, okay? I'm not too upset about this. The Blues blow leads all the time, okay? This is absolutely nothing, all right? This is just not a big deal. So yes, they did have a 3-1 lead with 5 minutes left, but I mean, it's always been, one team has always had a 3-1 lead. And the 3 games that we've played them, one team has had a 3-1 lead going into the third and then immediately blown it. So, shit happens. Shit happens. The Blues can't win everything. And that's what you guys have been trying to tell me in my comment section for literally the history of this channel. They can't win everything. And you're right. I don't expect them to win everything. I expect them to win most of the games that they play where they should be winning. And this was one of those games where it could have really gone either way. I mean, once again, I tweeted before this game, you're insane if you think the Blues are going to win this one. And, I was pleasantly surprised at the 3-1 lead, but, the loss, it's kind of expected. You knew the Wild were going to come out with some form of fire. They don't want to lose 3 straight to the St. Louis Blues. So, not going to harp on it too much. The Wild played a great game. The Blues played a great game. It was just, it's unfortunate what happened, but what happened. So I'm just going to pull up the statistics for this game real quick. I guess while it's loading, I should talk about how I'm going to be doing a collaboration video with a special someone very soon. It will be going on their channel. I will let you know more details when they are available. And yeah, hopefully that turns out well. I really haven't done too many collaborations. I think I've done one with I've done one with King Angus, and I think that's about it. So this is going to be nice, and it's a guy who does something the only hint you're going to get is he does something very similar to me, but for a certain Eastern Conference team. I bet you can postulate exactly who that is, but he's been a pretty, I'm glad that I've gotten to know him over the last, couple months, because we're kind of doing the same thing, and, he deserves a lot more recognition, so, but once that comes out, I'll make sure to heavily plug him, and, if you can guess who it is, guess in the comment section, and, we'll see what happens. So let's look at the shots. We were outshot 38-31. Which is not very good. It's not very poggers. First period was a good one, 11-6 in favor of the Blues. Second period was okay, 12 each, so the Blues have kind of gotten over, I think, their second period slump that they've had the last, pretty much the entire season, really. They've had a terrible second period. That's really been getting better lately. Unfortunately, now they're deciding they really don't want to play in the third period anymore because they were outshot 19-7 in the third period. I didn't know it was that bad. But woof. Okay, yeah, you can't have that. Like, listen, I would rather them slip away in the second because at least they can look competitive in the third and have time to tie it up. In the third period, if you suck, you basically blow the game, and that's pretty much what happened in this one. Zach Sanford once again. You broke me. You broke me, all right? Blues fans, you broke me. I cannot defend Zach Sanford anymore. I can't do it, all right? He's just not good. I hope I would not be I'll get to that in questions, but not happy about him. Not happy with what he's done, not happy with, how he's been this whole season. He just straight up has not been good. Spare a few games, so and then once again, if we really look at this loss, like we didn't have Torrey Krug in this one. We didn't have Vladimir Tarasenko in this one, So, injuries aren't an excuse, for sure. I'm not going to say that was the reason we lost, but those two are big pieces to the Blues lineup. So, you can't be too upset about that. If we look at just some of the general statistics, face-off, we actually were lost in the face-off dot today, 54.2 to 45.8. Our power play goal streak comes to an end at 9 games. We went 0 for 1, but I got to give credit to the referees in not only in this one, but in the last 4 games or so. You know, they've really put their whistles away and let the Blues play their game. And so I don't think it's a coincidence that the Blues have been playing better, you know, just because, you know, the refs aren't like completely killing the momentum, you know, for either team. And it's been really nice. So, I mean, I don't want to like knock on wood or anything like that, but I mean, it's something worthy of mention. You know, the refs have been pretty good the last 4 games. I haven't had much to complain about there. We out-hit them 23-19, it looks like. 23-19. You know what? Yeah, you know, Monsters Inc. Everybody's seen that. 7 blocked shots to 6. We won there. We had 9 giveaways in this one compared to Minnesota's 4, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. But hey, the number one thing that we just need to remember after this game is we got a point, you know, and we played well, and we deserved that point, I think. So, yeah, that's just something worthy of mention there. So, okay, let's go to questions real quick. I got 7 questions in this one. All right. So, Rooster says, do you expect Sanford and Dunn to pack their bags after this season? I absolutely do. You know, I don't think Sanford has a place in this lineup anymore, and I think everybody's done with Dunn. So, I mean, and we got Jake Wallman now, and Jake Wallman has really picked it up the last, you know, 3 games or so. You know, he's really looked good. And he and Vince Dunn play very similar styles, so I say, like, why keep both of them? You know, just keep one. And Jake Wallman's on, I believe, an entry. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jake Wallman's on an ELC. He's not making nearly as much as Dunn. I say might as well keep the same player for a smaller price, right? I mean, it only makes sense. All right, you win this one from Russell Clark. So when do we have a good second period? So when we have a good second period, does that mean our third periods have to suck? We just went over that. Definitely. I mean, you know, you just, man, yeah, Zach Sanford just doesn't have a place in this lineup anymore. Not anymore. He used to, and he was obviously an integral part too. I just hit my desk. He was obviously an integral part to the Cup run, and he was an integral part last year. He scored 16 goals. He's just not replicating that this year, and I think it's time to, you know, let him go. He's making too many mistakes. I think he needs a wake-up call with another team. You know, that's nothing against Zach Sanford. I love him as a person. He just doesn't fit on this team right now, you know, and, you know, there's a lot of hard decisions that Doug Armstrong has to make in the offseason, and I think you just got to get rid of what you can get rid of right now. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. What would you give to the Seattle Kraken so they take Sanford? I'd give him a pick. I'd give him either a second or third. I don't know, maybe a second would be too harsh, but I think if you give Seattle a third, they'll take Zach Sanford. So, you know, that might be an avenue worth exploring, and I certainly wouldn't mind, even if it was a second round pick. I wouldn't mind if that's what it takes to get Zach Sanford out. It's what it takes. So, you know, it's whatever, because that way we can really form around the core that we got. Because I truly love the core that we got right now. I think we can win a lot of games with this. So that's what I would say. A lot of them are just like, what would you give Seattle for Sanford? So that's half the things actually. Vegas Gold Knights Dean says, how much longer will the reverse jinx work? I don't know. It just works. One thing that is worthy of mention is the Blues didn't reply to my tweets with Barclay picks this game, and look what happened. We lost. All right, Blues Twitter person, if you're watching this, and I know her name is Elise, but if you're watching this is something that the correlation is there, okay? There's something going on. You have to reply. We want more dog picks, okay? Everybody wants more dog picks. Give the people what they want. And with that is a great note to end this video on. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another aneurysm and awfully strange tangent that I usually go on at least once per video and at least a dozen times on the podcast, which you should follow at Blue Notes Podcast on Twitter, the Blue Note Podcast on YouTube. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go Blues! Let's go into the playoffs. Let's fucking do it. Why not? Prove some people wrong. Let's pull off an upset. It's not going to happen, but let's do it anyway.